Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And in today's episode, the topic is exposing the major problem the Clippers must fix to win. So that's the topic I want to get into in today's video. But before we get into that, I want you guys to please make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Also be on the lookout for our Dreamerspro Premium community, and also be on the lookout for our website, Dreamerspro.com, which is coming up. I've been shooting a lot of videos today, and it's in the morning right now, a little bit tired. But anyway, let's get into it. Last year, the Clippers had a lot of issues that they needed to improve, which I think they worked on. This season, you can see that the team has improved their chemistry. I think there are new two ways about it. They seem to be more together as a team this year. They seem to have a more positive energy. At the end of last season, when they lost in the playoffs, there were so many stories coming out of so many issues in the locker room, guys not getting together, people feeling a certain way about this, certain players had preferential treatment, and so many different things that was happening under the, behind the curtains that we weren't aware of, right? This year they've improved their chemistry. Another thing that they've improved tremendously is their personnel with their players, right? They got better players, or players that are better suited for this team. Let me say, Serge Ibaka was a major upgrade from the defensive side of the floor, and also gives the team a much more different complexion as far as his ability to stretch the floor, shot block, pick and pop, and do all of these different things. So he's a much more versatile scorer than Montrez was. Although Montrez is a higher scorer, he plays with more energy and scores at a higher rate. They picked up Nicolas Batum, who was an under the radar pickup, ended up being one of these guys that they thought could help the team, ended up turning into a starter, which ended up moving Marcus Morris Sr. to the bench, giving the Clippers more depth. Off the bench, and I think it was a good decision by Marcus Morris, just taking a step back. And early in the season, I was a bit unclear on whether or not I thought that Nicolas Batum should start, because I felt like he could give the second unit more a steadier hand, because now you'd have to kind of rely on Lou Williams. But he nevertheless decided to stay in the starting lineup, and Marcus Morris Sr. gives him a punch off the bench. And then they picked up Canard, who seems to be able to do a myriad of different things. He can shoot, he can kind of defend. He has the ability to play make, but he's not such a great playmaker. Last night, you saw that he had a very good outing. He got off to a very good start in that game against the Boston Celtics. I think he finished the game with 13 points, so he played very well. He got a lot of his points, obviously, early in the game. So he was doing his thing, Luke Canard. So they picked up Luke Canard. You can see they have a better offense offensively, which is predicated on ball movement and player movement. You see they run different triangle sets at times for Kawhi, Leonard, and sometimes PG in the post to post them. They have them play out of that, play out of the post, which causes the defense to collapse, and you can swing the ball to hit open shooters. So they do that because Kawhi Leonard is a very good post player. He can play out of double teams out of the post and hit guys for open shots, but also create his own shot with his ability to hit turnaround fadeaway jump shots, which he can spin away from the defense and do at a very high level, as you guys saw him do that time and time again. This season, you can see there's a clear pecking order on the team. We all know it's Kawhi's team. He's the number one option. Then you have Paul George, who's the number two option. But Paul George is the number two option that can at times get as hot or even hotter than the number one option from the offensive side of the floor. You saw he did that. I think he did that just a game ago. Yes, against who did they play? I think it was the Cleveland Cavaliers. He scored 36 points and hit 8 out of 9 3-pointers. So you can see that this team is firing all cylinders, and they're a better team. You can see that they're beginning to improve their defense, and they're starting to play better. But I think there's some things that they need to work on and get better at. One of them is their late game execution. I think they need to improve their late game execution, and by that, let me be more specific. I'm going to go to the crux of it all, which is Kawhi. Kawhi Leonard needs to be more reliable late in games. Let's just be honest about it, right? 2 out of the last 3 games, he's just come up short. He's my favorite player in the NBA, no doubt about it. My favorite player, but he has come up short. In the game against the Nets, I'm not going to put it all at his feet, but he had a chance to win that game. Now, some people may say, listen, he had some tired legs. That's why a lot of his shots were short. Fine. But sometimes you got to get it done, man. You got to get it done. Last night, again, he had some clear opportunities at the end of that game to win that game or tie the game. He had some good looks. One was a mid-range jump shot, and I think another one was a 3, and he just didn't make it. You got to make that shot. That's why you're there. You got to make that shot. Jason Tatum was playing without Jaylen Brown. So it's not an excuse. Yes, Paul George, if he's on the court with you, he can help you get better looks because he draws more defensive attention. But still, you got to make that shot. I feel like Kawhi was more reliable when he was playing with the Toronto Raptors. Or many times, go back and look at his highlights. So many times you've seen him hit, crunch time jump shots. Not just game-winning jump shot, but crunch time game-winning plays. One, he even did it against DeMar DeRozan, got a steal. They were down one, got the steal, went down, hit the shot. He hit so many late clutch shots for that team. And this time around, I'm just not seeing it. He needs to be better. I think Kawhi Leonard needs to be better. Kobe's my favorite player, and he gets compared to Kawhi quite a bit. But Kobe's a much better offensive player than Kawhi Leonard. I don't know if it's that Kawhi needs more moves in his game. I don't know if Kawhi needs to be more aggressive all throughout the game so he can stay hot throughout the game, because Kawhi Leonard can go hot, then he can kind of simmer down, then he tries to get hot again, and sometimes it doesn't work. He kind of gets in a rhythm, loses a rhythm, tries to get a rhythm later on in the game. Sometimes it comes back to bite him. Now, he can make shots in the games, but he's not making these shots. That's my problem. He didn't do it with the Raptor, against the Nets, which he could have. And last night he did it against the Boston Celtics. That was a game they could have won. Now listen, was it a bad loss? No, it wasn't a bad loss because they lost to a very good team, number one. Number two, teams lose in the NBA. Every team can lose. There's no one in the NBA with a perfect record. Everyone is lost. So it's not like as if, oh my God, they lost. It's the end of the world. Oh, blah, 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 right? Because listen, there's some people that I don't give any respect to, and I've learned to just not respond to their comments, right? These guys or gals, I don't know who you are, if you only comment when the guy does bad or does poorly, I don't read your comments. Mean nothing. They carry no weight, right? Nobody cares to hear from someone that only sits there and comments when something goes wrong, but we never hear from you when they go right. These people will be missing for stretches at a time. There's some people out there that watch this channel, right? That are waiting. They watch. They don't like us, but they watch because, that's what haters do. Like some haters, they got to watch you. Even if they don't like you, they watch you, right? Imagine. They're sitting there and some people are waiting for us to be wrong. Like, I hope they get to the playoffs and then they lose. Then I'm going to come out and start talking and say what I gotta say, because that's what I'm waiting for, because I'm a hater. Like, y'all are haters, man. This is clownish. Go do something with yourself. Listen, if you don't like the guy, go watch another channel, go watch another team and support that guy. But don't be that person. Like, come on, like, think about if you knew somebody in real life like that. You'd be like, yo, what kind of, get this, come on, man. Like, you gotta dust this dude off. Like, yo, get your dusty, hating, you know what I'm saying, away from me. What kind of hater type of, you know what I mean? Like, all you do is hate, waiting for somebody to fail. What type of hate? Sitting there waiting in the bushes. The minute something happens, he jumps out of the bushes with his raincoat on, with his yellow raincoat on, with his freaking headlamp on his head, talking about, I saw you, you fell. Like, come on. Nobody cares what you think because you never say anything when things go right. So why should I listen to you when you're wrong? You're just a hater. So these people, they don't matter, and those people are gonna blow things out of proportion, right? That's what they do. That's what they do. So I noticed that there's this type of crowd out there, and this is how they get their kicks. They just sit there and wait. Oh, and then when you look, oh yeah, I told you not to be talking. Where was you at when the whole season was down? I didn't see you. You was never outside. Now all of a sudden you have something to say. So these guys, they're a bit annoying. But for me, my point is, what I'm trying to make is that I call it like it is, whether or not they're up or down. If he's doing well, I'm going to say it. If he's doing poorly, I'm going to say it. I don't need to wait for something bad to happen. But last night, I think the major problem they need to fix is Kawhi Leonard needs to be a better closer. He needs to be. He needs to be. That's why you're being paid. You're the man. You're good enough to do it. Be more aggressive. Close these games for these guys. It's happened too many times this season. It needs to stop happening so frequently, and he needs to close. So what I want to know from you guys is, Do you think that this is a problem for the Clippers, and do you think it's solvable, or do you think that, listen, you disagree, you think other issues are their problems, they have other things that they need to be focused on? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Again, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to make sure you check out the next video that we have coming up. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro, wishing you guys an amazing day. Catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.